Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss chapter 10, the temperate grasslands prairies. It is in the page number 63 of your social studies book, okay? So students, first of all, I am going to tell you about the temperate zones. Then we will discuss about the grasslands, okay? The temperate zone lies in the temperate region. Temperate means having mild temperature. It is neither too cold nor too hot, okay? And the temperate zones receive less rainfall. The grasslands are large plains of grass, and these grasslands are mainly found in the temperate zones, okay? In the grasslands, there are a few trees and bushes. Only the tall grasses grow there, okay? Now look at the major grasslands of the world. You can see here different countries have different names for the grasslands. North America prairies, South America pampas, Russia steppes, South Africa veldt, Australia downs, Hungary pasturage. In this chapter, we will only discuss about the prairies of North America, okay? Prairies is a French word meaning meadow or grassland. This area has no trees. So prairies is a French word which means meadow or grassland, okay? And in the grasslands there are no trees, only the tall grasses can be found there, okay? Now we will discuss about the location and land of the prairies, which is the grassland of the North America, okay? Prairies are located between the equator and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere. The distance is roughly halfway between the two. So this is the location of the prairies, okay? Once upon a time, prairies were covered with thick and tall grasses, but today it is counted amongst one of the biggest farming regions in the world, located in the central part of North America. So now the prairies are the one of the biggest farming regions in the world, which is located in the central part of North America. Now look at here, students. Every continent except Antarctica has grasslands. They are called by different names. So Antarctica has no grasslands, okay? Remember it. Now we will discuss about the climate and vegetation of the prairies, okay? The winters are cold and summers are hot here. Rainfall is moderate and occurs mostly in summers. In summers, prairies experience a hot wind called Chinook. These winds melt the ice. So the prairies receive rainfalls mostly in summer season. And in summer season, prairies experience a hot wind called Chinook, which melt the ice, okay? Vegetation consists mainly of grass and a few trees. However, today the land has been cleared for agriculture. Soil is quite fertile. Water is available in plenty from the Mississippi and Missouri rivers. So now the land of the prairies has been cleared for agriculture because the land of the prairies is quite fertile and water is provided in the prairies from the Mississippi and Missouri rivers, okay? Flowers of different origin constitute the beauty of the area. During the autumn season, they change to hay. In fact, during summer itself, the grass starts to turn yellow and gray. The grass remains dormant during winter and comes to life during the spring. So there are different types of flowers growing in the prairies, and during the autumn season, they become dried. And in the winter season, the grass does not grow. It comes to life during the spring season, okay? Now look at the animal life of the prairies. Animals like rabbits, deer, and owls are found here. At one time, bisons were also found here, but now they are almost on the verge of extinction. Before the coming of the European settlers, the land of the prairies was used as the growing ground for herds of bison. The bisons were mercilessly hunted, and today they are almost extinct. You can see here an image of bison. Now bisons are not found in the prairies. They are almost extinct, okay? Many species of birds found here, such as the swallow, wild animals such as wild horses and deer, have made the temperate zone their home. Many small animals of this region, such as squirrels and hedgehogs, hibernate, that is, sleep through the winter instead of hunting for food in the winter. So these animals are found in the prairies. And some of the animals like squirrels, hedgehogs hibernate during the winter season. Hibernate means during the winter season, some animals used to sleep through the whole winter season and that don't hunt for food in the winter. Okay. So this is all about animal life of the prairies. Okay. Now we will discuss about the people and their lifestyle. The early European settlers used prairies for cattle grazing followed by farming, but now the fertile soil of prairies is used for cultivating corn in the eastern part, wheat in the central part, and cattle rearing in the western part. Very little of the natural prairies remain today. The Mississippi and the Missouri rivers flowing through this region provide enough water for irrigation. So now the land of the prairies is used for cultivating different types of crops like corn, wheat, and also used for cattle rearing. Okay. And these rivers of North America like Mississippi, Missouri provide the water for irrigation purposes. Okay. The prairies of North America were inhabited by the Red Indians in the past. They were primarily hunters. Now their population has reduced significantly. The European settlers converted the grasslands into farmlands. So farming is the major occupation of the people. Farmers live on the farms with their families in homesteads, while there are separate sheds for cattle and farming equipment. Machines are used to do all the farm work such as plowing, sowing, harvesting, threshing, and winnowing. Even the storage of grains in big storage bins is done with the help of machines. So farming is the main occupation of the people in the prairies. Okay. The farmers live on the farms with their families in the farmhouse, and there are also separate sheds for cattle and farming equipments. And all the farm works like plowing, sowing, harvesting, threshing, winnowing are done by the machines. You can see here in the pictures with the help of machines, the farmers can easily do all the farm works. Corn, wheat, barley, rye, oats, and nutritious grasses are the main crops grown here. The farmers are able to produce enough both for the country as well as for export. So prairies are popularly known as the wheat basket of the world. The farmers are rich and have all the modern facilities. So the farmers grow mainly corn, wheat, barley, rye, oats, and various nutritious grasses in the prairies. Okay. They work hard every day and produce enough both for the country as well as for export. And remember that the prairies are popularly known as the wheat basket of the world. Okay. The open land located towards the west has coarse and less fertile soil. Thus, the soil coupled with the climatic factor allows for the growth of grasses only. So, the animals are reared on large open grasslands. These are called ranches. Very big cattle farms have been developed here. Cattle are mainly reared for beef, the staple food of the Americans. Ranches means the farms where cattle are reared. Okay. The slaughterhouses are mainly found in the cities. Chicago is one of the important centers for animal slaughtering. Beef is produced on a large scale for both local consumption as well as for export to other European countries. So slaughtering means the killing of farm animals for food. Okay. And these slaughterhouses are mainly found in the cities. And Chicago is one of the main centers for animal slaughtering. Many farmers rear cattle for milk and its products, such as butter, cheese, etc. Here, big dairy farms have been developed, having all the modern machines and facilities. So many of the farmers rear cattle for the milk and its products. And the dairy farms have been developed by producing different types of milk products by using modern machines and facilities. Okay. Milking of cows is also done by machines. Here most of the work is done by machines because population is sparse. Nowadays milking of cows is also done by the machines instead of the people because of the vast population. Okay. A variety of minerals are also found here. These have been extracted for industrial development. Thus people living in the prairies are continuously trying to improve their lifestyle using scientific discoveries and new technologies. But the climate is the major factor which dominates over their living style and activities. So students, this is all about the prairies, the grasslands of North America. I hope all of you have understood properly. Thank you.